on digital radio, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Donut Bag presented by the Sportscast.
The Donut Bag, hosted by Joey Bag of Donuts. And here's your host, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Hello. Welcome.
Welcome.
Bienvenue. Hola. I just heard a train.
Yeah.
Somebody just
Is that you? Okay.
That was me. Yeah.
You know what? That's the train bringing Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, baby.
Yeah.
Woot, woot, woot. Let's start with that. Before we get started. Well, oh yeah, by the way, welcome to the Donut Bag Podcast, part of the Sportscast Network. If you want to join in the conversation, hop on YouTube or possibly Twitter. I don't know. At some point I gotta try that. But also before we start, Darren, please keep him in your thoughts. He is going through a battle, and he could just send all the positive vibes to him. We're rooting for you, Darren.
He's a good dude.
He is awesome.
Lots of love, Darren.
Yeah, he is the best. I'll tell you who's not the best anymore. Aaron Rodgers. So the latest is he came to Pittsburgh, but he didn't talk to the Steelers.
Although now they're saying that he wasn't even in town.
He was not
earlier. Who said that? Somebody said that earlier. Was it like Schefter or somebody that he wasn't even really in town after all? Oh, it was on McAfee. That's where it was. It was on McAfee that he was never even actually in town. It was on the show today. And so he's saying there's no movement. Now, whether that, who knows what's true.
I'm so tired of this. Here's my thoughts on it. He's coming. The reason why he hasn't come yet is he doesn't like to work in the spring. That's all this is about. Why
not just say that?
Here's why. Because remember when he went from the Packers to the Jets, he signed, it was around the draft. There was like a big announcement like a day or two before the draft that Aaron Rodgers signed with the Jets. And then he skipped OTAs to go to Egypt.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
He got so much crap for that, so much criticism. So then I guess he figured, okay, fine. I'm not going to sign at the draft. I'll sign after OTAs and skip all that crap. And that's kind of what he did last year. He signed like right as mandatory OTAs started. Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen this time. He's going to be here next week or the week after that. And that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's I don't know.
I said all along that the team knows what he's doing. The team is comfortable. So all these fans that are like the Steelers are being played and carried along and all this stuff, I don't think that's true for a second. I think that Omar Khan, Mike McCarthy, like Rooney, whoever else, I think they already have an answer from Rodgers that they feel comfortable with. I think that's what happened last season too. I think he told them last season, and I think it was because it wasn't signed yet. It's not something you can put out to the media because technically you could always back out. But I think he felt like they had a handshake agreement, and I think they have one again this year. Because I think if he wasn't coming back, they would just say, he's not coming back.
Right. Or they would do something to replace him. Even if it's
send that like silent signal, like you might not come right out and say, hey, we haven't worked out a deal with him and he's not coming back, but you do something that sends that message.
Yeah.
Now, putting that tender out there, do you think that meant anything? They put out that, where it's they have the ability to match if anyone signs, or if he goes anywhere else, then they get the the third round draft pick? Or do you think that's just something they just threw out there?
I think it's a smart play out of the Baltimore Ravens playbook to make sure you're playing like CYA for compensatory picks and, anything
no.
else you can manage like that. Like, just anything you can put. Like the Ravens spent a lot of time laying the groundwork for things like that, for contract coverages and compensatory picks and like all of those smart business decisions. And they don't always all play out, but some of them do. And, like a couple of years ago, the Ravens was 2 seasons ago or whatever, all those compensatory picks, they look super smart. So
they play the comp pick game perfectly. Almost every year they play it perfectly. Yeah. And the Steelers played it very well last year because they thought they loaded up for picks for this year, which worked out well, but that doesn't always work. Yeah, I think it was just a procedural thing. I mean, I didn't even know that rule existed. That was just such a weird.
Neither did a lot of people, because even the insiders are like this, like rarely used thing and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right. And all it means is you could sign somewhere. It just we'll get it. It'll go toward our comp pick formula. That's all. It's like, okay. Cool. Oh, it also prevents him. It sounds like it also prevented him from pulling the old like, let's say Joe Burrow gets hurt during training camp and it's like, oh, guess what? I'm a Bengal now. Like you can't really do that.
Can't do that.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. But that's all this is. He just doesn't. When he's in, he's all in. When it's time to work, he goes to work. He just likes his alone. He just likes his vacation time. Like,
look, okay, I argued so hard against Rodgers coming to Pittsburgh. I was so against it. And I was the first one to say last year, like, I'm surprised pleasantly. Like, he's not the jerk I thought he would be. He wasn't injured by week 4. I thought he was a good teammate. I thought he was good in the city with the fans, the best he could. So to me, like, if he said, hey, I don't want to do OTAs and I'm going to show up and I'm 43 or whatever, he's getting ready to turn 43. You can count on me to be ready. I would be okay with that. Like, I don't think I don't want him getting any more physical work than he has to at his advanced age.
No, because like when practice comes in, he's barely going to practice during the season.
Right.
He's, but it would just, and I know this is more from the fan standpoint. If he just came out and said, we have an agreement, I'm going to sign it this time instead. And now
George,
yeah.
You know what?
No, you need to get George's.
Walk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get my dog.
Okay. It may be, he doesn't really give a flying what happens with this. He knows what's going on. And it's like, well, I have everything under control. You guys can talk all you want. I don't care.
I think that, but see, I say that all the time. I think that's everybody's attitude in this situation, because I always play this stuff out. So like, okay, so let's say that, Rodgers came out and said, I have this agreement already in place with the Steelers, or don't worry, or whatever it is. No matter what gets said, there's going to be this group of the fan base that isn't happy with that, is going to push back on it, is going to question it, right? So I always like the Mike Tomlin, like less is more approach. Why bother saying anything? Because whatever you say is going to get picked apart anyways, and people aren't going to be happy with it. You're going to have the people that are mad that you have an agreement with him. You're going to have the people that are mad that he's not at OTAs. You're going to have the people that are mad that it's whatever, that it's him at all.
People, the weird... if he shows up to OTAs, all he's going to do is stand there and, impart his knowledge to Drew Aller and Will Howard. But
I'd appreciate that.
What was I going to say? Now I forgot. I was just chasing my damn dog and I couldn't.
No, about your dog. You have to call the Pirates and get him to be the Pirates' new dog. Because you see the Nats dog today. We must compete. They have a little.
Oh, really? The Nationals have a dog.
He's so freaking cute. He's all over their Twitter page. His name is Natty. We need to get George involved with Pirates. He's the right color. He's very cute.
George is something else. He is 8 years old. He's 8 months old, and he just so acts like a baby. He just like his goal every day is just to wreak havoc, and it's like the most adorable. But he's so damn cute. And I don't know what the heck he was doing. Now I lost my train of thought. Yeah. All Aaron Rodgers is going to do is just stand there. Well, Well, we'll see. It's just I just can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
I'm just so tired of this.
One way or
But-
the other, just be done with it.
Yeah. Now here's a question though. Assuming Aaron Rodgers comes in, that leaves the Steelers with 4 quarterbacks. Do you think they're going to keep all 4, or do you think? I mean, you're obviously not going to get rid of Drew Aller.
No.
I don't think you get rid of Will.
No, I think it's Mason. Mason's
It's
the odd man
Mason.
out.
And that means your backup is someone who's literally never played a live down in football.
Right? I know. He's so,
God, he's so
freaking
cute.
I'm sworn off puppies, but for like 1 second, I was like, "Ooh, I could be tempted."
Here's what I think will happen. They will keep all 4 of them because one of them will have an injury that will put him on the injured reserve. Either
Oh.
Will Howard, Drew Aller is going to fall down the steps, folks.
His boo-boo.
He's going to have some kind of boo-boo, and he's going to because I mean, what are the options? The options are you waive or trade Mason Rudolph, or you just drop Will Howard, and
I can't
mean,
see any of that happening.
exactly.
And I like Mason as a backup. Like, I'm not itching to get rid of Mason as a backup. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to start for us by any
God,
means.
no.
But as a backup, I like him.
Mhm.
And I like his presence in the quarterback room on the team. Like,
Mhm.
he's a good guy.
I'm happy Will Howard's here. I'm happy Drew Aller is here. But if Rodgers gets hurt, I don't want either of them playing this year.
Agreed.
Mason Rudolph, okay, I could deal with him being a backup. I could deal with him, if something happens to Rodgers. But Howard or Aller, definitely Aller, is not ready.
Although the only thing I could say is like Mason never gets us anywhere. So like at some point, is there some credence to like getting these guys some reps if they need to go in? Like, is there some validity to that? Like at what point do you start getting these guys some reps? Because look, we're never going to be up on somebody 61-7,
Right.
something, you know what I mean? Where we're going to start playing backup quarterback.
We could be down 61 nothing. I don't know, but we could.
Well,
But we're not
the
going to be. Yeah, we're not going to have
majority-
some huge lead.
Now we know that Tomlin never put in the backup quarterback. Even
He
when
never
he
could.
should have.
He was winning 17-13 every game.
We
Well,
were
I mean-
hanging on by a toenail at the end of every game. I mean, we
Every
might have
single
only
game,
won
yeah.
half, but not
But I
by
mean-
the fourth quarter.
But I mean, even games where they were ahead, or okay, we're ahead, and this game really doesn't affect our playoff. There's Ben out there possibly getting hurt when he doesn't have to be. And I think that could be Ben too. Oh, coach, my leg's broken, but I'm going to go out there and
That
play
was Ben.
because
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I'm
always,
Ben.
I always want to play.
Yeah,
But
he
I
was,
mean-
he was a gamer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Although every time Ben did come back too early from an injury, that was a guaranteed loss. 'Cause there's no way he should have been out there, but he insisted on
You could
being
always
there.
tell too because he'd be out there like creaking around on the
Right.
field, using a Ben Gay commercial or something. Yeah, it was. You could always tell like right away.
Yeah.
It's
But I
gonna be
mean-
ugly.
when you hear that, they like Drew Aller and what he has, but his footwork's completely wrong and his motion's completely wrong. They're gonna break him down and start him fresh, and that scares me.
That doesn't sound like somebody that's ready to play play football in the NFL yet.
I mean, that's
Maybe
someone,
next year.
That's someone who sounds like you should be in high school getting all the basics down. It's like baseball. It's like, okay, we're gonna teach you how to hit the cutoff man.
What was his-
You play outfield, you have no idea how to hit the cutoff man, but we're gonna teach you the basics you should have learned early on.
It's Billy
Was
Madison.
Penn
We're going to
State-
send him back to kindergarten.
Right.
Was Penn State coaching really that bad?
Yes.
That they're saying, you know what? Forget everything you learned in college. Forget everything you did over the last so many years. We're going to start you completely fresh.
I've seen some Penn State games. It was that bad.
bad.
We're talking like
Uh.
they the whole offense looked like they've never played football before and they've never played with each other before. It was
Mm.
really bad. Yeah. James Franklin did that team dirty.
They like were dirty. And look, the thing is like you got all these fans that are like so eager for those two to start, right? And I get it. Like I get it. I'm an Alabama fan, right? Like I love to see old Alabama quarterbacks do well places. Do you know what I mean? The Penn State fan, I want to see those guys do well. But it's just not that easy. It's easy to sit here and watch tape of somebody and find amazing things that they did, right? Like you can watch film of Drew Aller. You can see really good things that kid did on the field. Watch some great stuff Will Howard did. But you know what? You also watch great stuff Tim Tebow did in college. And that didn't mean that it translated to the pros. And that's the disconnect. So I think it's easy to sit there as a fan, a big Ohio State fan, and beat the drum for Will Howard to start. And maybe he'll be great, right? But that's a huge risk in like the very finite world of professional sports where losing one game has huge implications, like the butterfly effect for not just you, but your division and the AFC and your teammates and your coach and all of these things. And you got to make that educated choice. And to me, that until you have something in the pros to base that on, that's a big risk to take.
If you are a fan, if you want Drew Aller or Will Howard to succeed, let them sit. You want them to let them learn as long as possible. Yeah. Look at Jordan Love. Hell, look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers sat for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Let them learn.
If you really want one of those guys to start, then you should be wanting Aaron Rodgers to come back this year because we're not winning with Will Howard under center. We're not going to the Super Bowl and winning it. We're not doing it with Drew Aller under center. Definitely not doing it with Mason Rudolph, under center. So if you want those guys to succeed, then you should hope some other quarterback is in that starting role that can impart knowledge and experience and time on them.
Mm-hmm. And there are so many Steelers fans that are mad that they're bringing back Aaron Rodgers. And I don't understand this. It's almost like they want them to lose. It's like, well, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go 10-7, and we're gonna draft in the 19th, and we're gonna not get a good quarterback. It's like, so you're trying to, you want to lose? You want to tank? You think that's a good idea? I want my team to win. Sorry.
Well, let's say this: they see what happened with, and admittedly, New England this year was a fluke, I think. Okay, them getting to the Super Bowl, 100% fluke. But they saw New England crash, draft a quarterback, and then come back up. Most teams do not crash and then come back up, though. Mm-hmm. Very few teams. They stay down. They stay down for a while. You lose most of the teams, they don't just crash and then, okay, we made 3 changes and now we're going to come back and now we're going to be great.
Right.
It's
rare.
Not that V shape as much.
It is rare. It's more like the Jets or the Browns. Washington did that when they got what's his face, but that it's rare.
1 year. But that was real. That was kind of 1 year. Is that going to continue?
But people say, but they went 6-10 the year before they got Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, and you could count, and sometimes you get a quarterback and it hits, and a lot of times you get a quarterback and it doesn't hit.
Yeah, and don't forget, Ben was 10th, right? 10th or 11th?
Yeah, he was 10th overall.
10th overall. If you end up as the Steelers, let's say you end up 19th, okay?
You trade up, baby. Trade up.
You can. I mean, it'd be a lot. This year would have been better for it. But you can still trade up from, where they were all the way up.
You're trading a future you're trading next year's first. You're trading this year's first and next year's first to move up. And so what? So if that's your franchise if you're sure that that's your franchise quarterback,
this is it.
So be it.
Yeah.
But you're going to talk about Ben and Ben getting picked 10th overall and how we hit with him there. And that was a nice low draft pick for us. But you also forget that the quarterbacks that were in that, you got to remember those quarterbacks that were in that class with Ben, that was a pretty stacked class, right?
Almost all Hall of Famers.
That wasn't Fernando Mendoza and nobody else,
right,
you know what I mean? Or whoever, right? So to me, that makes it hard. We're talking about 2027 being this fans are talking about 2027 being this great draft class, but this time last year we were talking about 2026 being this great quarterback class, and it wasn't. So there isn't that guarantee. So you're tanking in advance for something. Did teams start the tanking process last year to be ready for this year's draft, and Arch Manning wasn't in it, and then he wasn't really as good as we all thought he was going to be? And
right. Well, and if you noticed in this year's draft, usually what happens is there's a whole bunch of trades, and those trades usually involve next year's like some next year's pick. Nobody traded anything for 2027 because they know this is going to be the golden draft that's going to have so much awesomeness. So we'll see. By the way, I was incorrect. Ben Roethlisberger was the 11th overall.
11. Okay, I knew it was either 10 or 11. I forgot.
As someone who prides himself on useless knowledge, I feel ashamed that I did not know that. We'll see. So rookie mini camp was this weekend, and basically poor Drew Aller, I think his arm must have fallen off or something like that. He was the only one throwing, but like you said, Dave, they're breaking him down and tearing him up, and okay, whatever. I mean, from what I heard, he has an amazing arm. I've also heard Will Howard does not have the strongest arm, which is a little concerning. Hopefully it's good enough, but
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it all depends on how strong of an arm do you need. Can he throw 60 yards down the field? Maybe not. How many times are you going to do that? I'd rather have someone who could do 30, 40 yard precision and know where they're going to throw, which seems to be Drew Aller's issue, is he gets confused easy. He gets overwhelmed easy.
Can't have that.
And I mean, you may have a great cannon arm, but great. You have the NFL, you don't have college defenses where, there's probably one or two weak links on the defense where you can get around that. You have NFL defenses where the defensive linemen are as quick as running backs in college. And they're coming to get you.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, I'm going to out physical someone and use the fact I have a great strong arm and I'm big, even though Ben did do that. But that's an outlier. I think we all agree. Because Ben got out of stuff when he was young, but it was Drew Aller is not on the, I don't think, is on the level of Ben. Ben was an anomaly coming in rookie year for injury and not losing.
From what I understand, Drew Aller has the basic physical attributes of Josh Allen. So we'll see. But there's so much that Drew Aller needs to work on. He needs to make the throws. He needs, but more importantly, he needs to read the damn defenses.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing, because one thing about Drew Aller in college, whenever there was a clutch moment, forget about it. He folded. He was terrible. That's what he needs to work on. Ben Roethlisberger in college was awesome.
Yes.
He rose to the occasion, and that's the biggest concern about Drew Aller. It's like anytime there was a clutch moment, anytime there was a big stakes game, he just folded. And that's the scariest thing. It's like, man, you got to rise up to the occasion.
Mason Rudolph. Thank you very much.
There you go.
We don't need another Mason.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the main reason I did not like that pick at that, especially the first pick of the third round. That I think was just because you still have, you could still deal with the safety, deal with another defensive lineman.
You know what? I'll bet they did it because they thought somebody was going to jump them. I mean, and they probably got spooked because of what happened in the first round with Mekhi Lemon. So it's like, this ain't happening again. We'll take them too early rather than too late. But another thing that happened, and everybody wants to know, how is this offensive line going to shake out now? And maybe we got a hint because they had the first round draft pick, who, God, it's going to take me a while to say him.
Max.
He handed
Just say
corn.
Max.
What's that?
Just say Max.
Max, sure, Max. He played on the right. He played on the right side.
Mhm.
So then we would assume that Fautanu is going to move to the left side. We'll see. And one thing I've heard is that this Steelers coaching staff might employ this crazy strategy of common sense.
Right.
If an offensive lineman is used to playing on the right side, we'll put him on the right side. If his natural position is the left side, we'll put him on the left side. We're not going to galaxy bring this and like they did with Broderick Jones and moved him every 5 minutes or it's like, ooh, you were a guard in college, we'll make you a center now. Like they were just so happy to put people out of position. It's like, here, why don't you put them in a position for them to succeed? What a concept. Anyway.
No, I mean, a total agreement. I mean, I think assuming the mullet it does good. I mean, we could have a hate throwing contest to figure out who's going to be on the offensive line.
Well, then he would win for
yeah.
He wins 100 hands down.
But I'm
talking about swimming in the rivers in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Someone told him not to swim, and he's like, "Well, I'm just going to fish in them, but I won't eat them." I'm like, "Oh my God, please don't eat these fish that come out of those rivers."
Mr. Dunker, please,
right?
Please,
like,
somebody send this to Mr. Dunker.
Yeah.
Please, we are begging you. Do not go in any Pittsburgh river.
No,
it will end your career, sir.
Yeah.
Do not do it. Don't do
Please.
it.
Please.
Yeah, definitely don't. You could catch a fish, but just don't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't even touch it.
Yeah. Yeah. He said he told Max he had to kiss the first one he caught him. Like, yeah, no lip contact, please. No lip contact until you retire. And then I'll come do the polar plunge with you if you want when you retire, but just save it.
You know what they do with the polar plunge now? They
What's
used
that?
to have it where you jump in the river. Now you jump in the swimming pool.
Oh,
Because
that's
people
like,
would get
back
sick.
in the day in the river.
People would jump in the river and get sick. So
Yeah.
they switch it to swimming. They have like swimming pools right along the river. Stay away.
Yeah, the river's pretty filthy though. It was better back when I did it, probably.
Oh, you actually did it
a long time ago. Yeah. Jumped into the river.
How did you feel afterwards?
Very cold and gross. It was nasty. It was very nasty. And like I lived in DC, like I grew up on the Potomac. We had like hydrilla take over our river. You could like walk on that stuff. It was so thick. We had to, like clean the river up, and they brought in some invasive plant that like took over the entire Potomac River. Yeah, so I mean I'm used to dirty rivers, Anacostia, but yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, hey, Cleveland, the lake caught on fire. So
yeah.
What rookie do you think is actually going to make the most impact this year? I'm thinking it's that wide receiver.
Yeah.
Here's another one. It's Jeremy. I don't know. Mr. Bernard.
Yeah, I think
There we go.
I think he's actually going to, because the question is IMAX going to actually start? Is he ready to start right away? I don't know.
I think there's some question marks about some of those guys, right? And like exactly what that'll look like. So I agree with you. I think if you go down the list of like the first one who seems likely to make an impact, it seems like it's Bernard to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And another thing about Mr. Dunker, he's already taking Steeler Nation by storm. It's evidenced by dummies like me wearing, his wigs, and there'll be a lot of these wigs come training camp. Trust me. But it's like, okay, we hear all these wonderful stories. Look what he eats. He throws bales of hay, and it's like, okay, buddy, but can you play? That's the thing. Is like, let's hope you can actually play, because this all sounds great, but
Yeah, we need you to throw opponents.
exactly, we need you to throw
Yeah.
defensive linemen, not
Yeah.
bales of hay.
But honestly, I could see it, also because we brought in people who are like that more on the backup side for guard. So they may say, okay, we're assuming as long as you progress as we think you are, you're going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Where, Bernardo, he'll be number 3 wide receiver.
I tell you what, I am.
Hopefully
I
he
think
can
no
beat out
matter-
Roman Wilson.
I think no.
I mean, it shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be hard, but
Do we
I
even
mean,
know at this point if Roman Wilson really exists? Is he like a real person? I think he's like a hologram, like a Matrix person.
he plays like one.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
plays
you
like
never
one.
see him coming.
Yep.
Yeah, no pressure, buddy. But you're playing for your career. It's either
Yeah,
this
pretty
or
much.
it's either this or bagging groceries. So
Yeah.
you might want to show up this training camp.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm actually excited about the offensive line, regardless of who plays. If it's Dylan Cook instead of Broderick Jones or IMAX, I'm fine with that. If it's Spencer Anderson or that Brock Hoffman instead of Dunker, I'm fine with that too. I think the offensive line is going to be strong regardless.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And I mean, it better be. With as much as they've invested in it, it better be good.
True,
Yeah.
yeah. And hopefully that'll make Aaron Rodgers a little less jumpy.
Right.
Because that's
Right.
the one time last year he failed.
Yeah.
If a defense got some pressure, he was off that whole game. He
It
could
was-
not.
It
he-
was
he couldn't
clear
right
he did
himself.
not want to get hit.
Yeah.
And he threw.
Which hey, I'm an old guy. I don't like it.
I don't want to get hit either.
But I'm not getting paid $10 to $15 million. If someone paid me $10 to $15 million, I'm willing to get hit.
Still, I don't want to.
I don't like it, but still.
Yeah, I would not be a good quarterback. I would whatever the release time is like 2 seconds, and mine would be 0.2 seconds.
I
I'm
just
not-
throw the ball and drop to the ground.
right.
Oh,
I would just chuck it and then
yeah.
Chuck and
Ain't
dunk.
nothing cover.
Let's say you got DK out there, you got Washington.
Yeah.
They're the type of players you want to chuck it up to.
Exactly. And people are
You
like,
go
"Well,
there,
why did
I'll
you-
throw it, catch it.
Why did you throw it like that?" It's like, well, I'm sorry. I thought my receivers would catch it. I just gave them a chance to. Yeah, we'll
Blame it on Roman Wilson if it's. I thought he was going to show up.
I thought Roman Wilson would catch it. That's
supposed
a
to be
dereliction
there.
of duty right there.
It's a standing issue. He was supposed to be there.
Yeah. I think Jeremy Bernard is already penciled in as the wide receiver 3 of it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we probably have another couple weeks of this of the Aaron Rodgers saga, and then we have mini camp and whatever OTAs and all that stuff. But I mean, it's gonna be different. It's a different coaching staff. It already is different. You see Mike McCarthy like working closely with Drew Aller. Like it's
Quarterback school or whatever they were calling it today.
right. Yeah. It's a different. It's exciting because it's going to be different. One more thing, I don't think I had this up. The schedule is coming out in a couple days.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm going to predict right now that there's going to be a Christmas game or a Thanksgiving game. I am looking.
I mean, do we play the
When's
Cowboys or
Friday?
the Lions? If we don't play the Cowboys or Lions, the chance of a Thanksgiving game's not so great. I know they play 3 now, but still.
Yeah.
Three.
Still
It's
pretty
more like they
narrow
play.
odds.
And I heard something about part of the Monday Night Football games are going to be on Netflix or some crap like that.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Okay, so here is who they're playing. Home, they got obviously Ravens, Bengals, Browns.
Mhm.
Atlanta Falcons. Okay, so it's the NFC South.
Ooh.
The Falcons
Oh.
and the Panthers at home, Broncos at home, Texans at home, and the Colts at home, and then the road games are Baltimore, Seattle, Cleveland, Jacksonville, New England, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Tampa, and Tennessee. I think that's a relatively not bad schedule.
Well, they had to straight the schedule out, and I had bookmarked it. It looked like we were somewhere like kind of roughly in the middle.
Right in the
It was
middle, yeah.
always the toughest for our division, but that's to be expected. We won the division, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
opponent win percentage, Steelers at 4.95, Chicago Bears at 5.50 at the top of the
I
list.
mean,
4.29 is the Browns at the bottom. So
I don't fear Atlanta. I don't fear Carolina.
No.
Denver might be iffy. Houston might be iffy. Indianapolis,
Indy's only
maybe.
tough to the Steelers, though. Like they can be terrible, and for some reason we struggle with them,
Who?
especially if it's in Indy.
Oh
Indy.
yeah, Indiana. Yeah, it's something. There's something about Indy.
Something about them.
At Jacksonville, at New England, at New Orleans, at Philadelphia. I'll bet the house
at
that's gonna be a
Philly
loss.
and the Seattle game.
Well, there is
I
no
don't care
Seattle.
where it is.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's a big
yeah.
deal.
No matter what, they'll lose in Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at Tampa and at Tennessee. I think that's
Some
we'll
doable
see.
ones in there. Some very doable ones.
Now,
Yeah.
Now we'll leave it to the NFL to make them play 4 games in 8 days or some crap like that.
Well, like I said, we hear the schedule's fine now, but I mean, if it seems like the last couple of years that they've had a Cleveland game on a Thursday
right.
after like the Ravens or after another hard team, and then they lose that game because it's short schedule
Right.
and they're going to Cleveland and like
And it's their
2
Super
years-
Bowl because they're
Yeah.
a pathetic franchise that's all they live for is being the Steelers. So yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
And I mean, honestly, for the division this year, we really don't know. I mean, other than the fact there's a good chance the Browns are going to suck, but their defense is still good.
And got
And
better over the
since these
offseason.
offense is amazing, they just can't play defense.
I think Baltimore is going to. I don't know. I don't think they're
New
good.
head-
I
new
think
head
they'll be
coach, who knows?
okay. Cincinnati is just such a mess. Like they never learn. They
Yeah.
never learn. Like, okay, good. You have a good offense. Yeah, you got a little bit better defensively, but still, it's like
Not enough.
it's
No.
and
Got to balance the scales.
and every coach in the AFC North got fired except for Cincinnati's coach, and that's the dude that should have been fired. That is a joke of a coach.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the Browns are always a joke. Apparently the quarterback battle is between Deshaun Watson and Shador Sanders, which is like choosing diarrhea or constant vomiting or something like that's a great choice. So
I mean,
anyway.
this sounds bad, but between those two, I'd rather take Shador. I think Deshaun is
as a
completely
Steelers fan, I'd
washed
rather
up.
face Shador. No, I think Deshaun Watson's completely cooked. And I mean,
That's what I'm
Shador's
saying.
not any good either.
I'd
so-
rather face Deshaun Watson
yeah,
as a Steeler fan
right.
because I
Right.
think they have a better chance against him. Shador, at least, he's young enough where he doesn't know any better. And he's not coming off major injury and missing a year like Deshaun
Right.
Watson. Deshaun will be horrible. So I
Good
hope
thing.
they start him.
Yep.
I mean, they're still
Alright.
paying him with that guaranteed contract for what, this year and next?
Yeah. What a oh my god.
Idiots.
All right, Leanne, what
Yes.
is you still have your podcast, right?
I still have my podcast. Yep, we'll be doing a schedule release talk this Friday. I'll get details out on Twitter. We usually do our show at 7. It's usually on Tuesdays, but kind of a little weird during the off season. So
Or
we're
you
waiting
want to
for-
react to the schedule?
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense. That's what I
yeah,
should have done.
so you can find the info on my Twitter page.
Hollywood Lumen, right?
That's right.
All right.
Thank you guys. I gotta hop off. Have a good
Thank
night, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good
thanks
one,
thank you
Leanne.
so much for coming on. Oh, I don't know Well, I don't know what else. I was going to ask about the race, but we haven't talked since the marathon.
No,
Um,
you had a good one.
I was like, but I mean,
You rang that bell.
I
You got that PR.
I did get the PR, but I just can't every time, whether it's the 10 mile or the 13 mile, I like die at the end. And I looked it up, like how can I prevent leg cramps? And it basically is like, be better at running, dummy. like there's nothing you can do. It's like you're running for 3 hours. What do you want? What do you expect? Your body's gonna break down, you dummy.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing would be make sure you fuel. Don't delay your fueling.
You know what? This time I actually ate before the race, which I never do. I usually just starve, and I actually ate. So, and I had some
during the race
shots
too.
of beer during the race. People were handing out beer, which was fun.
Yeah, well, I know on mile 20 they were handing out meatball shots.
What kind of shots?
Meatball.
Meatball.
Literally a meatball, like in a shot glass.
A shot of meatballs. Okay.
And people were just like taking a shot of the meatball, like
somebody
at mile 20.
Somebody was handing out oranges, which was awesome.
Yeah.
The people that handed out Twizzlers on the
Birmingham Bridge.
On the Birmingham Bridge.
That was wonderful.
Somebody's like regular chocolate. I'm like, and I didn't hear him, so I just took a regular. I'm like, wait, what was that? They're like, oh, we got chocolate. Like, oh, I'll take that one too. So I mean, and you know what? When you're running for several hours, a Twizzler is like the greatest meal ever.
Oh yeah,
that you've ever had.
Yeah.
Well,
that's also the thing. I mean, they tell you if you're doing distance running, and a half marathon is distance running, you need to have between 60 and 90 grams of sugar an hour.
Ooh, okay.
Because you're burning that much off. You're just replenishing.
Yeah.
That's why you see people like with those gels.
Okay.
They do it every 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes, I'm taking a gel. 20 minutes, I'm taking a gel. And that's pure sugar.
I should do that. I should just bring my own bag of Twizzlers or something.
I mean, I normally bring bananas.
That's smart. Yeah.
And just because sugar and potassium and electrolytes and everything else.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, this year my conditioning sucked because
your knees hurt. I mean,
my knee, and I got COVID like a month before.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But the last time I had a really good, I didn't drop off, was I was getting consistently. I was doing during the week, 5 to 7 miles during the week at lunchtime. So like 2.5 miles at a day.
Okay.
And then on the weekend, I would do a 10K.
Okay.
Or I would do like 5 miles and 5 miles. So I just got that everything was just used to running and running and running. I was just used to it.
Right.
Because as a lot of people say, look, I know people who finished, the half marathon in, the highest ends are barely over an hour.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Right.
And for everyone who doesn't know, imagine going to the gym, go to the treadmill, set it at 13, and run like that for an hour.
That's insane.
And see if you can keep
that is absolutely insane. Oh my goodness.
But for us, like I finished in 3:43, you were a little over 3 hours. That's a lot on the body.
It is. It
really is a lot.
It is funny when everybody is basically running at their own pace, and you basically are running with like the same group of people that are running at about the same pace as you. And then there's somebody that comes along that's like, I don't know, running late or something like that, and they're just flying by you. It's like, dang, like, oh, these are the real runners. Okay.
I can tell you one reason why that happens. I have a friend who I used to work with, and he's a very fast runner. He ran track in college, but for the Pittsburgh Marathon, he ran as part of a relay team. So he would start off at mile 9
Right.
right? And he's fresh. He
Right.
easily hit.
Yeah.
He was when he was a little bit younger and better. He easily hit sub 7 minute per mile. But
Yeah.
by the time you get to him and he's with the people running like 10 minute per
Right.
mile.
Exactly.
And-
yeah.
and he's like,
that makes sense.
Boom, and he's trying to weave around people and not knock people over as he's passing them.
But thank you to all the people that that are along the routes.
Oh yeah,
with the signs and the cheering. It helps so much.
yeah.
I put out a post. I always stop to take pictures of the signs because I love them so much. And I laugh because it hurts my time. It's like, oh darn, there goes my world record pace. Darn it. But I posted out there and it I forget, it was either on Reddit or Instagram or something like that. But some of them actually responded like, hey, that's my sign. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for
that's so cool they saw it.
Yeah. It's it just helps so much. It's just and I love when the little kids have the sign that says like power boost, touch here. And I always, whenever I touch it, I always act like I'm out of control, like, oh my God, it's so fast. But it helps so much. It does help so much that the people are cheering on. So I know somebody is like, yeah, I was staying and my 4-year-old kid hated it and was bored, and it's like, I get that. If you're just a kid, you're just standing there watching people running, but but it was almost perfect weather. It's probably a little bit chilly for people just standing there, but it was almost perfect weather for running. What was like 50, 60 degrees. So, no, it was actually, it started in like 30s, but then it ended up at 50. So it was perfect for runners.
But no, I know it's an inconvenience for some people. And I know even people said it's more of an inconvenience than the NFL draft, because the draft, it was north side, downtown, where the marathon is pretty much a circle around the city.
It really stinks that, for businesses, basically 2 weekends in a row, you got screwed with events. It's like, oh, how often do we have events around here? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, the next one that really, at least running event that kind of shuts down the city is the Great Race, and that's end of September.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And that's only either 6 or 3 or 9 miles or 9 miles if you do both of them. So
yeah,
I mean, that's over by like noon.
Yeah.
So yeah. So.
Yeah, it doesn't cut off the city, but honestly, like I said, I like the fact that if you've looked on TikTok, or I do mostly TikTok, but you look at people who ran the race, who were either like first time runners or weren't from Pittsburgh and came in, and the overwhelming positive, almost no one complained. And on social media, people complain. We know that.
Right.
People will find a reason to complain on social media.
Right.
And you just see this overwhelming. The expo was great. Everyone was so friendly. The signs were great. The course was wonderful, except for like the Birmingham Bridge going into Oakland, which is horrible, but it's designed to be horrible. And people
I do not understand how a bridge never goes down. It's like up and up and up and up and up. It's like, when is this thing ever going to go down? It's like it goes down at the very end. Like, how is this thing designed? But yeah, it's it's kudos to the. I mean, they do the marathon every year. They do a great job organizing it. There are no complaints. It's just run really well. I don't have any complaints. It's just really well done. I get more smiley cookies at the end. I only got one smiley cookie. But yeah, it's I got nothing. Like it's just an all around great event. They run it very well. So and that's not an easy event to pull off. When you're when you're shutting down 26 miles of road. It's not an easy thing.
And you have to deal with the parking and getting people in. And at the start line, there was 18 to 20,000 people there.
That was fun. They said 52,000 people cross the finish line, but I think that's probably over the course of the 2
That's
days.
everything. Yeah, well,
Okay.
that includes the 5K, which was over 5,000.
Okay.
The kids race, which was
Right.
11,000,
Wow.
which they put out as the largest kids race in America.
Wow. What is that? They run a mile or something?
They run a mile. What they
Okay.
do is they run during the year. So they start off the running program for the kids in the beginning of the school year,
Oh, interesting.
and they do like a mile run. And so at the very end, that finishes them off for having 26 total miles as part of the program.
Oh, cute. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
and
Okay.
there's so many schools that are involved
That's cool.
from everywhere. So it's a school program.
Oh,
So
very
yeah,
cool.
everyone in the
Very
school
cool.
gets involved. Yeah, and they also considered the toddler trot, the pet thing, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And then you have, like I said, the half, the full, and the relay.
Because I was saying, it's like, wow, I did something that only 51 other thousand people did. Like, still, it was just, and yeah, I tried to be a genius and say, okay, it's really cold at the start line, so I'll wait till the last minute to get in, which was really dumb because it was really hard to get in. It was almost like, what was it, crowd A, B, C, D, and E?
Yeah.
I was like basically crowd F. I was just like the waiting for to actually get into the thing. So, and it just,
I'm assuming you passed me at some point because people I was with, they kind of went around Fifth
I
Avenue
was-
Place and then snuck in at the end of Corral C.
I was
So I think
looking
you were
for-
behind me at the start point.
I
and
was looking
finished
for you.
before
I
me.
ended up actually at the beginning of Corral E or whatever, when they move from
Okay,
to the
yeah.
start line. So I just like snuck, like went on a sidewalk and just snuck through or whatever. So I did end up like starting at near the beginning. But it's just extremely popular and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, really, really well done.
And I would say it's honestly, I'm happy how popular it is.
It's
You
great.
know, the fact that given the fact that growing up, there was the Great Race that started in 1977,
Mhm.
right? The first iteration, the marathon, started in 85, but I don't remember seeing a lot of running programs or smaller races around the area.
Right.
Maybe I just didn't hear about them.
And now
back
it's
then.
exploded. Every weekend there's a
Every
bunch
weekend.
of 5Ks and
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I volunteered at the GCXE Thrifty 5K this past Saturday. I didn't run it, but it was literally like there's a 5K, there's a couple 5Ks this weekend coming up, and then Memorial Day there's a 5K, and there's one on the 30th, the last of the month. So it's like like you said, every weekend there's a 5K.
Now that the weather is getting nice, there's going to be a whole bunch of them. So yeah. If you like running, that's there's a lot of.
I would even say this, that, and I'm a little more familiar with GCXC just because I run a lot of their races, but they have a lot of their 5Ks. They also offer 1 mile races,
right,
1 mile walk runs. So if you just, like I said, if you want to get out and just have a nice walkout, or
that's my wife's goal. She wants to do the 1 mile walks. So it's perfect. Yeah, it's like, well, I don't want to run with 3 miles. It's like, okay, you just walk for 1 mile or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of these smaller races, like admittedly, the draft had a 20-minute per mile thing. The marathon 5K had a 16-minute per mile pace. But a lot of these smaller races have the 1 mile walk. Go ahead, take 30 minutes. They're not going to force you off the road. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're happy to have you there.
Yep.
Plus, for most of them, you do get a medal.
Yeah.
I mean, shinies.
The main reason I did 5Ks is either the medal or the food afterwards.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. So, the I don't know whether they still do it, but St. Barnabas they did one, and it basically had at the end of the race, it was basically a buffet, and there was like a ton of food. Not just bananas and cookies, like like pizza, chicken, like all kinds of things. It was almost like a wedding buffet or something. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of them. It's just a really nice way to just get out and see the area too. So
Yeah, and honestly, most people, I didn't want we need to cut you off, but I would say I've never run into snobbery or people thinking, because there are people there who are exceptionally fast, but they're never like, oh, they're the slow people, and like you would think out of like heights.
There's no negativity there. Everybody's there just
very opening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not racing against other people. I'm competing against a previous version of myself. So I was like, I don't care. Like, I mean, I do have a goal, like, don't finish last. That's my, and some of those,
and don't have your ego busted when you get passed by a 75-year-old,
which happens a lot. And you know what? When it happens, like, hey, good for you, man. Like, I don't care. because like I'll run a little and then I'll walk. I'll run a little and then I'll walk. But some people are like, it's like the tortoise and the hare. So they're consistent. It's like, and they pass me by. It's like, hey man, good for you. Like, but there are times like it's like I don't care what happens. I'm gonna beat that dude. It's like you almost pick someone. It's like I don't care what happens. I'm gonna beat that guy. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for coming on. Glad you're feeling better because you fell, right?
Yeah. It was actually I know the exact thing because I passed the sign, said 20 kilometers because a half marathon is 21 kilometers. So I was a half mile away. I was walking. I wasn't even running.
Was it that area with the really bumpy road?
It's Pittsburgh.
Was it before the arena?
No, it was after.
It wasn't. Okay.
No, it was after the arena. It was a little past Chatham Center.
Okay.
And my left ankle, it was flat. My left ankle just rolled a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't catch myself and went down. Both knees just hit the concrete. So both knees got bloodied and scraped up. People came over, asked if I needed any help.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. My concern was I didn't feel any pain. Could I stand up?
Right.
Because you never know. I was able to stand up. I was able to finish. I even jogged the last 1/10 of a mile.
Yeah. Okay. I fell once in a race and messed up my hand pretty bad and messed up my knee pretty bad. And I was so angry and embarrassed that I just hopped right up and kept going. But I was just really angry with the whole situation and cranky. But
this is the second time I fell for a race.
Ugh.
First time was Great Race 10K back in like 2016, 17, somewhere around there. And it's one of those things, in my mind, I rolled as I fell because I somehow got stuck in the back and I was quicker back then. So I was going on the sidewalk instead of the road. And the sidewalk, it was just bumpy enough that my foot caught. And in my mind, I rolled, I popped up, I didn't stop, and I just kept running. But I also, both knees bloody, elbow bloody, and my ribs were bruised.
Oh, ouch.
And that was around 1.5 miles in.
You know what? You don't feel it at first, but like an hour or a day later, you feel it bad.
I hate to say, halfway through the race, I felt the ribs, because I was having trouble breathing.
Yeah.
Bruised, not cracked. It's just like, oh, that hurts bad. Oh, I hope no one sees me and thinks I'm having a heart attack.
Right.
Because I'm grabbing my chest.
Yeah. All right. Well, you lived. That's a good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As Dr. Ken said, did you die? Oh, by the way, I want to point out the hard hat here that I'm wearing. This was at the draft in Market Square. Mine
way.
Safety had a booth that they could talk about what they did and everything. And both my mom and my grandfather, her dad, worked at Mine Safety
Oh, cool.
back in the 50s and 60s when they were in Wilkinsburg. And it was like, enter for a contest to win it was a Jalen Warren signed helmet or other thing. So I won the non-signed helmet. These were just stickers I got at Giant Eagle from the draft.
Oh,
But this is
cool.
a black and gold, but this isn't like a replica. This is like one of their normal hard hats. They
Oh,
would
very
sell.
cool. Very cool. Interesting.
So I'm
That's-
thinking I'm thinking about wearing this for the Steelers run.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that works. All right. Hey, I will see you.
Okay, we'll see you later, Joe.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Good.